Grind don't stop. Grind don't stop. Grind don't stop. Grind don't stop. Grind don't stop.
Please forgive me. My wife is just struggling, which is making me struggle. But I'm here, everybody. Please forgive me. I'm very, very rarely this late. I really, really, really apologize. If you could give me one pass today, I'd really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get that intro going. And I greatly apologize. I'm very, very sorry. Not like me to be this late. I feel absolutely horrible. Like, I feel horrible. All right. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. I'm very, very sorry again. I'm right where I'm. You ever have a morning where everything just seems to fall apart? Where you just can't seem to get it together? Where you feel like the whole world is crumbling on? That's just like how the morning felt for me. I don't know why. I got this impending feeling of doom. And I'll be honest, I'm all about the 200 SMA. You know what I mean? And look, never do this. See, I'm trying to get the lemon in here, and I just got it all over my shirt, all over myself. But I need the lemon water today. Let's all take a deep breath. Don't worry, I'm going to set it straight, though. I'm here right where I need to be. But let's be honest. This is a reality TV show, and if you go live for 1,000 days, every once in a while, you're going to have an egg day. Hey. You know, let's start off with a little bit of, a little bit of comedy. Comedy always gets me going. Hey, my wife, she said, how come you don't take me someplace I've never been, huh? So I took her to the kitchen. You gotta love it, man. Anyway, take a big sip. Take a big sip of the lemon water. God bless everybody here. That's how I break it up. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Let's stay hydrated. I'm going to nail this market. I see some things that I can see right now that can help us gain. So don't worry. We're going to break it down. We're going to have a blast. Great Twitter Spaces last night. Super educational. I know so many people, and they jumped on in, and you could see my network growing on Twitter Spaces. Really cool to see that. All right. Let's get down to brass tacks. Shout out to everybody here. Let's get it going. Let's get the music started, shall we? All right, let's break down what's happening for Bitcoin immediately. It's struggling, all right? It is, and I'm going to delete all my old work. But right now, I'm going to show you this morning. I called this short, and I'll tell you why. Because we broke the 200 SMA. I wrote it down, made about $120 in a second. Took a little profits, came back up. Then I did open up another short, and then I got bagged out. I'll be honest. I got bagged. I lost. Then I went to open. I was thinking of opening up a long, and I did, and I was up $10. And then I had to go, take a shower, and I said, man, I'm over trading in the morning. And I said, my mind's not right. And I said, Sam, I think you should stop trading for a moment and take a breather. And so I said, you know what? I don't care if the market goes up or down. I'm going to step away from the trading. And I took a break. You know what I mean? I took a break, and that's what sometimes stepping away is what you have to do. Let's talk about it as a trader because nobody talks about it. They all want to show their wins. I never trust a trader that never shows their losses, man. I just don't. You know what I mean? And at the same time, we know that everybody is going to lose at one point here and there. How you handle the losses is the key. And how you know when to step away is also a big deal. All right? But we're going to break down all the ins and outs for Bitcoin. Can buy some old money NFTs at Cardano, Sam. Okay. Let's do it. Lemon water, music on, feels on 100. Shout out to everybody here. Take a break out. Take a breakout 40K. Yeah. That was me yesterday. What is a win, I wonder? It was rough yesterday. Yesterday was sideways, man. Just completely sideways. But they're toying with me right now because I am a 200 SMA guy. Whenever price gets like this and falls below it, they're playing with me. They really are. Because I see massive dumps when you lose the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, like right here. Right? You'll have high stochastics. Let's go over the last time this happened and let's play it out. And let's talk about it. So I would have been like, okay, everyone, I'm bullish unless we drop below. And look how much this looks like what happened with this high hill and then these, right? Looks a lot like where we're at right now. And you have this uptrending, So what I would say is we're in a rising wedge that broke out, broke back inside. Rising wedges break down 68% of the time, right? And then I would tell you guys that we could break out parabolically. There's a chance this is a flag. But, we would have to break above this key resistance. And I would say I would not long, unless you want to make an aggressive entry, unless we got back above this area and made a punch to the upside. I said if we lose the POC, it's more likely that we are going to break down. And watch your 1 hour 200 SMA. Remember, we're in the past right now. I just want to take you through how I do analysis so you can understand kind of what's going to happen into the future. And so, yeah. Thank you for saying, I know, I freaking bought Mara on the high. I don't know the stock. I don't watch the stock market too much either, so probably would have waited for close. They also have earnings tomorrow. So I'm going to wait for earnings because, if they tank earnings, the price might drop a little bit. So that's you know what I mean? I noticed that Mara has earnings tomorrow. I'd also say, look at this. I'd also see this. I would have said, hey, everyone, that's a shoulder, that's a head, and that's a right shoulder likely to dump us to the downside. So I'd say I wouldn't long unless we get back above this level and we lost the point of control. It's likely we're going to drop. Look for the bearish retest and the break to the downside. Look for us to lose the 200 SMA. All right? This is how I trade, And if we got above here, I would open up the long. If we get down here, I'd open up the short, and if we lost the 200 SMA, I would open up a short. And that's simple to me, right? So let's play that out. And that's how I would tackle a situation, because I don't know. At this point, when I admit to myself that I don't know what's going to happen to price action, I have to build a plan either way and then be able to execute, right? So let's play and see what happens. We would lose this. We would lose the 200 SMA. At this point, I would be opening up a short with a stop loss on the other side of the 200 SMA. Because 9 out of 10 times, that's going to be a rock solid drop to the downside. It did a bearish retest. It tried to get back above. It did not. You see my stop loss would have been safe. Then it made an awesome bear flag, rising wedge, and that would have been even a key for the movement further to the downside, right? So the 200 SMA is such a big, then if we got above it, I would say open up a long. That's important once we get above the 200 SMA. Look at how the bots react to the movement near the 200 SMA. So now let's watch as price action began to build. And I kept saying, we're going to dump down. But we kept going further, and the 200 SMA kept coming. And then remember I said to you guys, when we drew the shape, I said, well, if the 200 SMA can come and touch price action, like, oh, right here, this is where we were at. Basically, I was like, we should have dumped. So strange that we haven't dumped down to the 200 SMA. That's bullish when the 200 SMA continues this way and you don't dump to it. If you were bearish, you would have dumped. Now we keep toying with it, and this is the problem. We're at a key precipice point here on the 200 SMA. There we lost it, and now we're about to lose it again where we're at again. Here we go. Now here's the massive short to the downside that I was about to take, but I just saw the 15-minute was high, and I said we're going to go back to the bottom of the pattern in my mind, you know? And I said, look, stochastics to the downside. I just didn't get a chance to give you guys the short right now. I apologize, but I saw this as a rising wedge, and I saw that breaking down. Anyway, rising wedges break down 68% of the time. The market's in some serious chop. I want to look at the bigger picture and really talk about the loss here of this 200 SMA. So here we stand. Now, when moving averages get really tight, a big move is coming. That's how I know Bitcoin's about to make a nasty drop or a nasty pop. And sad to say, they got us in a symmetrical triangle, which has 50% either way. So it's a 50-50 pattern, okay? 50% it's going to go up, 50% it's going to go down. Now, the daily is getting oversold, which tells me that this has a likelihood of making a move to the upside. We're also holding the trend line. Even though we did lose the 200 SMA, we're still holding the trend line. There's a chance that we continue to the upside, all right? A chance, but only time will tell, all right? So I'm watching this, and this is now a falling wedge inside of the symmetrical triangle, right? What I love about my channel is once I hang out with each and every one of you, everything calms down and I start to see so clear, like the market makes sense to me. So we're looking for that bullish divergence that's strong enough to get this falling wedge to break back to the upside. As weird as it is, and honestly, I'm just being kind of funny with it, but it kind of has a cup and handle to it. That's a cup in a way. I like the cup to be more, following the zone of the lower trend, but it still kind of has a cup and handle vibe to it, surprisingly enough. Now there's a point of control right here. You can see resistance. That level is going to be 34,580, 34,006. Once we lose that, I don't see why we don't come down and test 34,188, because that's just a quick gap down there. There's really not a lot of support or resistance there, very likely. And then if you lose that, you're dropping to 33,800. And then if you lose that, it's this key wick area at 33,376. So if you're in a short and you start to see the market take a nasty dump to the downside, and again, I don't know because I'm not, I'd be take profit 1, 2, and maybe leave a hanger for 3. And those would be the areas I'd be looking to take profit on my short, because there could be a bounce back to the upside here for a bit of a double bottom for Bitcoin, right? So you got to have that in your mind and be open to it. This is just like chess. The more moves you have ready, the more moves you can make, all right? Shout out to the 717 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here and sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. I really greatly appreciate it, and I thank you for jumping on in. So when we look at this closely, all right, 34,684, still dumping to the downside. Let's look at that smaller time frame, 15-minute, right now, and then I'll jump into so this to me looks like it's going to continue. Your Stokes have a lot of momentum to the downside. They're pointing down. I don't see why you don't stop right here at 34,005. That's my next liquidity zone. Let's look at BOOKMAP, and now they've kind of, turned into a big red bar down here. It's likely we're going down to about 34,090. So I see a move to the downside for Bitcoin to possibly all the way to this level here, somewhere here, 34,002, and then even somewhere here in the middle. And there it goes. It's continuing to the downside now for BTC. Now, you don't want to jump on a red candle per se. Want to see if you can find some type of price action on the 1 minute. The 1 minute's attempting now to give us a little bit of bullish divvy. That is a liquidation. We should see some long liquidations on Bookmap at that key area of a slight divvy. We do. That was that line right there on that line. See, divergence is liquidations. Liquidations is divergences. That's what I've learned. So look, if you look at these together side by side, that point is that point. That point is that point. That's a liquidation. They liquidated. They liquidated. They were able to press into selling pressure. Think about it. You need to buy. You need other people to sell. So you need all this selling pressure. Let me move here. So I want you to understand that this is that. These are the one and the same. All right? These are one in the same. Okay? And make sure you get yourself a hardware wallet today. It is the most important thing that you could do to protect your investments. And make sure you don't keep all your money on a centralized exchange. Super important you get yourself one of these cookies, one of these little sweetie pies, and get yourself a hardware wallet today. Nice and safe, right where you know it is, surrounded by armed guards, right, inside your indefensible fortress. But yes. So could we make an inverted head and shoulder and get on out of this and make the old descending triangle that we almost make every single day on the 1 minute? Or do we never get back above this resistance, make ourselves a bear flag, and continue to the downside? This is kind of the challenge right now for the smaller time frame. If we make the right shoulder, we could take a long. If you're aggressive, you could take a long now off of the divergence. But, there's no guarantees, but that would technically be the entry on the divergence and the liquidations. All right. Can we hold 34,600? Only time will tell. All right. But this is the small time frame sauce. All right. I want to finish with my bigger, my more macro analysis. But I just wanted to make sure that you understand. Draw what I just showed you on the one. It's really going to help you understand where we're going to go, or if we're going to actually hold. There is a low. Technically, we're kind of putting in a somewhat of a double bottom here, where there's some support at 34,630. All right. And now if you did enter in that long, like I said, it's aggressive though. We are slightly moving back to the upside. The divergence is kicking in. We'll see if there's enough liquidations to get us in the other direction. So now you want to see Bitcoin liquidate people on the other side of the board here. All right. Choppy day for a Tuesday, really. Started off really strange. Like the market just really just rumbling up. And, good volatility though, better than it sitting still. Right. Hit that like button. It works. What good about Trezor compared to the others? I just like Trezor personally. The ledger does have way more support for more coins. I will tell you though, I just don't like the operation of the ledger. I don't like the 2-clicking system. I find it really long and annoying. This is easy. It comes up on the screen. You click where you want. And I have a Trezor Touch, and you just kind of go like this. Touch, 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 touch. It's just like, I like it. It's on the screen. It's a Trezor Touch. Like, I really like the Trezor Touches for Bitcoin, for any Ethereum ERC20 token. The only sad thing is for Trezor being in the game this long, they really don't support as many coins as they should. Like that's the only thing I have to say, and I am affiliated with them. That's how honest I am. But it is, they could do a lot better job. I don't know why they decided they're just not gonna, like if you buy some random coin like GFAL or something like that, it's very likely that they should support all of Binance Chain and all that stuff. All of them should, but they don't. I don't understand why. All right, let's take a look at the all-time history index here for Bitcoin. It's always off on spot price a little bit, so don't look at the smaller time frame, but just look at what we're breaking down, because it's going to be a mix of what you see on all the different exchanges. First thing I'm going to do is go to the weekly and go top down, like I do every single day. That's how my mind operates. That's how I see it clearly. So support or resistance, boom. And then I get this resistance here that is a beautiful support. And you can see Bitcoin came right down to this area here where the candle's closed. We wicked right to it. So we are at a resistance. One thing I'm going to keep bringing up. Could the week, I feel like the weekly has slightly, I even feel like it's above it a little bit. Because if I use the candle bodies, no, we're locked in. So like, this is the one thing I was showing yesterday. Like that could be that's resistance. That's a diagonal resistance. You have diagonal support. We could easily come back down to 29,800. It could happen. Don't forget that. Like, everyone's so bullish. I always want to keep both scenarios in your mind. I don't want you to become a bull and just, it never ends, 40K. And I don't want you to be a perma bear and be so scared. I want you to realize that you can make money no matter which way the market goes. You have to have a plan for each one, and you have to wait for the confirmations that the market can give you. The technical analysis will teach you. Keep your emotions off the board. Keep yourself clear. And I'm telling you right now, like, you're going to have a way better time in trading if you don't tell yourself you know where price is going. All right? But isn't that how we could have access? But isn't it that the ledger could have access to your? Yeah, I mean, they could, but you would have to implement that backup shot. Yeah, that was really weird how they had. Yeah, again, that's not what Trezor. So this is one thing that we have to think about, and that could be a bear flag. And a rising wedges break down to where they began. That would break down all the way to the beginning of the wedge. You'd see 15,800 one more time. That would be amazing, right? Imagine having that much, access to that much Bitcoin. Be pretty awesome, right? All right, so moving forward, now we're going to break down. So we already know we see Bitcoin's in a range between 36,004 and 31,500. We could call it the wicks, or you could call it, this area right there, about 31,800. So this is the range that the weekly's in. The 2-week chart still has gas, but for the first time in a while, we're starting to get a red 2-week candle. This will close in 12 days. So we have 12 days until this candle closes. So it's not horrible, but we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 2-week candles in a row. That's some massive bullishness for Bitcoin, all right? What goes up eventually does come down. Look at the stochastics here. Look at the RSI. Now, we don't have divergence yet, but you have to heed that the indicators are getting into the overbought region slightly, all right? The 5-day chart also a little overbought as well. And it almost looks like the dollar and Bitcoin could dump together at the same time, which is weird. Could you please check LMWR for this old dude? LMWR. LimeWire, brand new coin, or a newer coin. Wow, this thing just absolutely ripped to the upside. Look at it in the last 3 days, and today it's just absolutely out of control on KuCoin. Wish I had seen that puppy. Look at that thing. It was just at 7 cents. It just did a 7x from November 3rd. Are you kidding me? Wow, in 4 days, a 7x. I always can't stand when I miss a hot one, And let's go to the 15. I want to have everything. And look, this is what I would have found. I'm really good. All I do is this, see? My stuff is simple, and then I would have found this like this. My trading strategy is so simple, it's ridiculous. And then this has a bigger move to the upside. That looks like it's going to continue to the upside. 15 minutes a little spent, though. Bitcoin struggling could halt the sauce. I got a bearish div now on the 15-minute time frame. As this swings down while that swings up, tells you that you may have an issue there. Look at your bigger time frames. They're overbought. I mean, I would be taking profits on anything that ripped this much. But 1 hour says you might still continue. So, you could continue you do whatever makes you happy. If I was in this trade, I would trail the stop. I would have to stop somewhere here, see how much more I could get. And then switch to the really small time frames and see if you're flagging out or what's happening. And you're making you kind of say you made this ascending triangle, which broke to the upside with a measured move. Somewhere around 56 cents is where I would think we would top out at. You know what I mean? But again, anything is possible. It's getting pretty crazy. But if I was in this for a swing trade, I'd be already selling at least 50 to 60% of it, on LMWR. Thank you so much for the super chat. May God bless you for that, and much appreciated. All right, back to Bitcoin. 5-day chart closed a 5-day candle red. We haven't closed a 5-day candle red since October 8th. Okay, it's been a while, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 straight 5-day candles in a row to the upside. To me, Bitcoin is likely going to struggle because it's losing the 200 SMA. And I want to talk about that and really make that a point. Whenever you lose, and we're going to get that. That's what I'm going to eventually get to here when we end the stream. You know what I mean? I opened this trade for myself. I didn't tell it really to anyone. I was looking at it, but I didn't. I eventually just closed it with $10 up. I decided I didn't want to trade the chop today. I have a lot of other things in my mind, and if you have a lot of things in your mind, for me, that's when I take a day off. And also massive amounts of money have been coming I took profits, and I took profits too. I'm sitting on a pile of cash right now. I was in that mass trade. I got up $100. I didn't like the vibe of the market. I sold everything. I kept the 10K in spot in my account. You know what I mean? And I kept saying to people too, like, we must make sure that we take profits. So look at Bitcoin SR flipped right here. Previous resistance became support right there. If we lose that, you're likely going to drop to the downside too as well. You know, you could fake this and say you're in a bigger wedge, but that, to me, that was the channel. And now today you're starting to lose. You're starting to lose it. We kept, you know, we were at that 34,834. That was kind of, it was fine as long as we were there. But that's, you know, that's slightly a breakdown. The one thing I have is, you know, it could still be in the symmetrical triangle on the 4-hour time frame. That's the one thing that I'm looking at. And the daily looks okay. RSI, however, needs to reset, right? The RSI got high, and you have bearish divergence on the RSI. So the daily has bearish div. Clearly needs to reset. When I flip on the moving averages, the 21-day moving average is the most likely culprit for Bitcoin, and it's going to come somewhere here. If it loses the 21, it's going to drop to even to the 50. Usually that's what you're going to see. And your next area of support or resistance would definitely be this first 31.8, and then you'd be looking somewhere right here at about 30,161. All right. Please do analysis on Grok. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for asking. And yeah, we went over it last night. But is there a coin? Is that a stock? XAI. Oh, it's got an I on it. Yeah. And it's funny, that got brought up last night on my weekly Spaces at 8. Every single Monday night, jump into Spaces at 8. You can still watch the football game while you talk Spaces at 8. So don't worry. You can keep the game on while you kick it with me. But we went over this idea. Look, it almost had a double bottom there, but wow, this thing did a big move. See, I didn't even know that Grok was a coin we could buy at the moment. This is interesting, and it's on MEXC as well. But this says XAI, and then you said Grok. So you think this is connected to Grok, though? I'm confused, Dana. You seem to know more than me. I like this falling wedge, touching the 21-day moving average, coming on down. That looks like a mover. And this guy, everyone, this thing is hot. This thing is hot and interesting. I heard it apparently a guy was on a Spaces with Elon last night. Then he jumped on a Spaces with me, and he was telling me how hot this thing was. There's also a bullish divergence on the stochastics RSI. Because I just heard about this, I'm going to make a speculative move. Again, don't do anything I do on this channel. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. And get yourself a financial advisor, right? Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. But I'm going to open up a spot bag here, and I'm going to type in XAI. And again, complete speculation on this, what I'm willing to lose. I'm going to put $1,000 in on this because I heard Elon talking about it. And again, I could be wrong and somebody even confused. I might find my research is off, you know. But right now, I like what I'm seeing on the low time frames. And I'm going to grab myself $1,000 worth of this puppy at these prices. Wow, the spread is like really tough, though. Like, you're either overpaying or underpaying. Like, you can't really get the price you want. I'm going to speculate myself on in and see where it goes. You know what I mean? It's worth like 0.0000. Look, it's a meme coin, I guess. Wait, hold on. Is this a meme, though? Hold on. I'm going to find out what I'm buying. Hold on. I like speculating, but he said Grok. But how does he know it's Grok? You know? It is Grok. All right. I mean, now, this could just be a meme, though, based on the idea from last night that someone talked about, right? It's got a tiny market cap, $1,000. Let's look at their website. A research assistant that helps you ask the right questions, find information online, and make sense of the world. Announcing Grok. Grok's system is designed to have a little humor in its response. And Elon Musk just said it. All right, man. Elon Musk tweeted this thing. XAI is Grok. How do I know they're not just saying they're Grok, though, and they're not Grok, you know? You know what? I'm taking a shot. That's what I do for a living. I take shots. You know what I mean? And I'm not scared. I just don't like how we're sitting at 18 and 1936 is the spread. Like, you know. I'm going to start with 500 because it looks like I might not even get my fill. Yeah, look, 10%. That's what I do with orders like these. Look, I'll just put $100 in and I'll buy it numerous times. You know? Look at it. It's flowing already, man. Jeez Louise. Stop front running me, my own people. Probably. You guys are the worst. All right, I got my 500 in. It filled. And you can see there, I sold all the mask last night, right? I sold 2 orders of it. That wasn't the whole order. I didn't lose money on the mask order. Yeah, anyway. Wow, this thing is flying already, right? It's a very low market cap, right? So I heard about it last night on My Spaces. Some dude who was super intelligent was like, this thing is going to moon. Like, I had no idea what he was talking about. And now you guys bring it up. I'm telling you, everyone's like, how do you find the awesome coins? I'm like, my community does it for me. They tell me what to do. Like, I just listen to my community. You know what I mean? Simple. That thing really just went from 18 to 24? Are you kidding me? Like 18 to 24, that's 30%. It really just went up 30%? Like, is that true? Oh my God, it really did? That's insane. What just happened? Did I really just make... Hold on. If I were to sell it all right now... No, $1.70 I made? I'm so confused. The spread and the price are so off, right? Oh no, at the price now. Yeah, look, I just made $100. Look, at the price now. I just made $147. Are you kidding me? Dude, like, that's insane. All live YouTube is filled with this. Elon, not a part of it. That coin is called Grok, not XAI. You know what? I mean, I'm about to just take my money, man. That's crazy. But the TA looks like it could pump to the upside. Dude, it's going crazy. The 1 hour says it's going to continue to rip. I don't care if I lose the $500, like whatever, but like, that's crazy. Love you, brother. You're the best. Can you take a look at ETH? You know what I'll do now? Look, I'll do this. I'll show you guys how to do this the right way. All right. Put an order right below. Hit it. Sell for 189. This thing is ripping, dude. I'll sell for 189. Did it sell all the way? It filled. Limit. Yeah, it filled. Really? Did I really? Yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to put the 189 back in and call it a day. You see what I'm saying? And that way I'm risk-free now. I just made a risk-free investment. If it goes down the tubes, it goes down the tubes. Who cares? You know what I mean? But like, that's how you speculate your face off. This thing is ripping. I probably would have made like $2,000 today if I stayed in it. I'm telling you right now, like, oh my gosh, look at that thing. Up 100%. Dude. So look, now I'm going to throw in what I'm willing to lose, which is 189. Scot-free. Dude, it went to 30. Oh my God, yo. This is out of control. So I'll put 189 if I can even catch it at that price. The spread is so insane. I don't even know how I got into this today. You guys are crazy. This is nuts. A super chat just made me a $200. You guys are nuts. Anyway, can I get back? Can I get off of memes and get into Bitcoin? Dude, 32. Can I get my order filled? I really want that order to fill. $189. I really just made $200 in literally a minute. Dude, 34. Jesus Louises. 36. Oh my God. That's insane. Give me my order. I probably can't even get it. Would I get it filled? That one filled quickly, I think. Yeah, I have it now. So I can cancel this one. Make sure I didn't buy too much. I always double check. Yeah. All right. 37? This thing is just mooning. You guys are crazy. And again, don't do what I do on this channel. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. But also, though, the stochastics RSI say it's going to... If you just look at TA and you don't even know what this coin is, the stochastics say this is going to moon to the upside, right? So what they did, they took a meme coin. They took the thing, right? It's really not the real grok, right? Yeah, I get it, right? But, dude, I'll speculate all day. I found out about growth last night. I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? But you can't just say I didn't make $189 in a half a second. Like, it's only on spot. Yeah, dude, why does everyone want to trade leverage? They're like, I can't leverage it. Dude, you can make money trading spot. Like, why? You know what? The whole market doesn't realize that you can make money trading spot. You know, I make tons of money trading spot, like a lot of money. Like, I'm talking, $4,000, $3,000, $5,000 a day trading spot. Like, I love trading spot. I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with leverage. Like, it has to be leverage. Like, I have to go 100x every time. Like, Jesus. Like, you can put $500 in and make $200. It's okay, for crying out loud. Like, I came from an Irish bricklaying. My grandfather was an Irish bricklayer. My dad was an iron worker. We didn't borrow any money. Borrowing money, leverage trading, like, that's like looked down upon in my culture. Like, from the Irish, we're self-made. We don't ask anyone for nothing. We don't say, hey, can I give you 100? You can give me 1,000, and I could, Again, I'm saying I still leverage trade. It's fun. I find it more of a video game than anything else. But I'll tell you right, most of my trades are spot trading, making a boatload of money. You know what I mean? But hey, everyone has a different way. Keywords 500 to make 200. Yeah, but that's $500 though. What are you talking about? Oh my God, yo. Oh my God, look. Oh my gosh. Only 24? Yeah. It's at 41 now though. It's out of control. Like, that thing just went up over 185% on the live stream. That's dangerous. Like, and look, the stochastics say it's going up. Like, if you just do the math, look, tight moving averages, bounce off the 200 SMA, bullish divergence. It has an RSI that you can't read. I don't know why the meme coins do this. They don't let you, like, read the RSI. I don't understand why. Like, it just doesn't register. MACD's getting a little extended. Even the 5 minute says it's going to rip still. I mean, it's defying all logic, but it's getting a golden cross right there. Wow. I haven't seen anything like this. Usually, I only do this on Pancake Swap and stuff. I never saw this happen on on a centralized exchange. This is like completely new to me. Straight up, like, this is so crazy. Look at that candle. The timing of it, that is insane. Like, anyway, I'm in profits. Don't short now. No, I'm going by the technical analysis. The technical analysis says it's going to continue to go to the upside. This thing is, oh my God. This thing is mooning. That's weird, man. Anyway, I kind of want to just take my money and run. You know what I mean? Make another $44. Like, that's like, that ain't bad. That's like leverage trading right there. Like, I only make, the only way I've made money that fast is leverage trading. You know what I mean? This makes me uncomfortable. You know what I mean? It's just not my cup of tea. I'd rather be on Cardano for 5 years. But this is crazy, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. 874 beautiful souls on the live. 308 likes. $36 in chat revenue. Don't worry, we're going to get back to what I usually do. Risk warning. Increase in the past 4 hours, please. So look, I go right below price action. And I'm just going to take my money, man. I'm going to take my money. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen to this thing. I'm done. I'm moving on. I don't want to be known as the meme guy. That was a complete accident. I didn't know what was going on. I had a long day, long night. I just kind of hopped in, and it is what it is. All right. So let's talk about Bitcoin now. Let's break it down. So let's look at the daily. Oversold, but I've seen this many times. You get down here on the stochastics RSI, and this kind of does something like this. And this kind of comes down, right? and you kind of slump down, and you end up in one of these flags, and you touch the 21-day moving average before you can go to the upside. Might even lose it, and then Bitcoin could very well be ready to blast out of this flag to the upside. Be looking for 33,200, anywhere between that range, right? We still haven't broken the previous support or resistance. Remember, we've made until we break this line, you kind of have to remain somewhat bullish here, all right, on Bitcoin. But this is the likely scenario the second we start to lose this previous resistance as support, okay? This is one thing that you got to think about, all right? And once you sell a coin like that, you never look at it again. Oh, look at you guys. You guys are the worst. See? Oh, my gosh. Don't you do whatever I do? Monkey see, you guys are the worst, yo. Anyway, I sold $200. You know what I mean? I'm moving on. We're never going to look at that chart again for the rest of my life. Oh, my God. I apologize to anyone. I didn't know what was going on, man. I didn't, I got duped. No, I'm just joking. I mean, at least we made some money, but yikes. And I was willing to lose to complete $500. You know what I mean? For something, it is a magic carpet ride, I guess. That's not funny, man. There's someone that just said that. Like, that's really not funny. Like, don't say stuff like that, even as a joke, man. I don't like projecting negative in things. Like, I love you, developer, but please, it's not even funny. Like, you just get, you don't get it, man. You don't get it. Like, hold on, I gotta take a break, man. Like, you just messed me up real bad. Like, please don't say stuff like that. Please, like, it's not cool. All right? Like, please. Please. All right? Like, that's not cool, man. And I liked you. I really did like you. Like, please, bro. Don't get on my bad side, man. Please. Like, all right. Whew. Like, you just gave me so much stress. It's ridiculous, man. I don't want any of that. Like, that's not even funny. Right? We have a horrible, I'm not even going to get into it. Anyway. All right. Let's get back into brass tacks. So, look, we're inside of this symmetrical triangle. The kid's being, I don't know how old you are. Maybe you're a young kid, so smarten up. You know what I mean? If you want to be around me, be mature and smarten up. Like, those who say don't know, those who know don't say. Like, come on, man. Like, be part of the telepathic group that gets it. Anyway. Man. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin here on the 1 hour time frame. It's inside of a symmetrical triangle. All right? That could easily break to the upside or to the downside. Shout out to the 900 people on the live. 324 likes. And again, what happened, that was very rare. I don't do that. Like, I didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, so we're looking. I can't leave. I'm still here, man. I'm just messing with you guys. Everyone, let's have a moment of silence. Let's have a prayer. Dear Lord, having a tough morning. Help me feel the best. Help me push through. Help me just stay positive no matter what. Super grateful for everybody in here, and have me never live in fear no matter who or what could try to come for me. You know what I mean? God bless everybody here on the live, and may we have a wonderful day, and may we just reset and approach. A little bit of lemon, a little bit of water. And you know what? I'm feeling right as rain. Ready to go. Maybe even some glasses here just to kind of change it up. All right. So I'm looking at Bitcoin right now inside of a symmetrical triangle. That's what we're looking at. We do not want to lose the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. However, it got pretty bloody. We keep kind of playing games with it. It's kind of likely that we're going to get a bounce to the upside here. So let's take a look. I'm going to get rid of my projection flag. That's going to throw us off. We don't need that extra line. If you're a support or resistance guru, right, and you should be watching your favorite YouTuber. I think the spin wheel breaks on these mice all the time. Resistance, right? And, yeah, cold there. But I even like it right there. But you can see that we haven't closed a candle, right? Basically. Oh, is this the all-time? Yeah, hold on one second. Because I remember doing this on, like, a Coinbase chart, and it's just cleaner, all right? This is what I want to watch right here. See, all-time history index kind of like, because it takes so many. But look, resistance, bounce, 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 bounce. Until you lose that level, you have to remain bullish, like, because that's an SR flip. period, right? So until you lose 34,005, you really can't start freaking out. Like, there's just no reason to. You know what I mean? You can't. Like, there's just no reason to freak out until you lose this level. So always be calm. Always remember there's support or resistance that must be broken before you go to another level. All right? Super, super important. So this is one thing that I want you to kind of stay in tune with, okay? Now, we did break this rising wedge, in my humble opinion, and we lost this diagonal support that we were making. Like, that's a fact. Like, you can see that. But we're inside of the symmetrical triangle. Now, normally, symmetrical triangles break to the downside. I will tell you that. And we are a little far away from the 21-day moving average. However, we got a golden cross right there. But that still says we can get a bit of a dip. And if you just look at it broadly, shoulder, kind of head, and kind of a right shoulder there, too. So, you know, I'm not a bull or a bear. I look at price action just kind of open-mindedly and just see what I see, okay? And thanks, Lifer, for everything. Best regards from Switzerland. God bless you, man. I think we'll get a dump, but higher, you know. Is there a minimum donation requirement for TA on seller? No, do whatever you want, man. Hopefully this 4-hour could do some damage for us. Just bounced off the bottom trend line. On Mexi, it warned me it was up 150% in the last 4 hours. I know, right? Yeah, exactly, right? And again, bird in hand, man. If you make money, bird in hand, right? So, like, whenever I'm up, I'm out. Like, I'm not trying to play games. I'm not a risky guy. Like, I am and I'm not. Like, I make calculated risk. But if I'm taking a complete risk, I'm out immediately, right? So they stole the tweet and they made a meme, and you know, I get it now. And again, be careful. Like, as if you watch that, you should don't ever do that. Like, don't ever do that. Like, I was willing to just lose it all. Like, I would have lost $500 in front of everyone. It would have been pretty sad. So just don't ever do that. Always, you know. Also, the TA said it was going to break out. Like, I did that. I wasn't. The stochastics RSI were pointing to the upside. It was a falling wedge that breaks out 68% of the time. I just saw technical analysis. I couldn't really see anything else. So the 4-hour wants to bounce. You've hit this boom. You've hit this boom, and that's a good place to possibly enter a long on the 4-hour time frame. So, like, I like a long, and if we do break out, our measured move would be 36,800, all right? And where would our stop loss be? 1. And who came to Spaces last night with me on Twitter? It was unbelievable. Who here was in the Twitter Spaces with me last night? We had Gary Cardone hanging out. We had Prometheus hanging out. We had Nathan from Crypto Magazine hanging out, all the way from the UK. Like, it was an international conversation. It was a meeting of the minds. Like, if you came to that Spaces, it was unbelievable. Every single Monday, Spaces at 8. You got to do Spaces at 8 with the Crypto Lifer. I'm telling you, Spaces at 8, baby. Monday night, Spaces at 8. You can't beat Spaces at 8. Say it again. Spaces at 8. Spaces at 8. Spaces at 8. I can market anything. I can market a ketchup popsicle to a nun in white gloves. What movie is that from? Who can guess the movie that's from? I'll love you forever. Spaces was awesome. Who here was at the Spaces? I was there. Unbelievable. Wild. Spaces at 8, baby. Spaces at 8. Doesn't it just roll off the tongue? And I'm the guy that came up with the Spaces at 8, baby. Look at this. What did you do during coronavirus, Dad? Bought more Bitcoin. Legend. That'll never get old to me. So I had my team I was like, can you guys put my face in black and white in there? They nailed it this morning. Hilarious. It's the funniest thing ever, right? Right. This guy's awesome. David Angel, man, I love you, bro. You're so awesome. Like, you come to every single weekly screen share. I see you take gains at the right time. Sounds like you're really, really learning and take it in the information. And I really like when a student, like, pays attention, man. So God bless you, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much, Dave Angel. Really, really appreciate having you in the group and seeing you on the thing. I like how you can replay it. Yeah, isn't that cool? The 99 is a coalition of like-minded traders posting confluences on many different assets. It's a place where you hone your skills and boost your frequency. And really, because I've been so positive and push forward every day and been so consistent, we got such an amazing group of traders here. 900 people on the live. We are continuing to boom to the upside. Continuing to boom to the upside. The algorithm is loving on us and doing the right thing like it should. That thing was crazy. Look, now it's like, oh, I think this is even a different one. There's like a bunch of them. Yeah. Hey, I mean, that's speculation. Even if you grab a meme, that's speculation. That's what people don't realize. Oh, the memes. Oh, people will think the memes are the real one. I'll speculate on that. You know, so the more you speculate, the better. You don't want to be in love. You just want to be able to speculation means that you believe other people care too much and that you can make money off of their just insane obsession. You know, like they're just, it's a key thing to do. I mean, it's, you know, it's sad to say, but it is what it is. You know, that's how markets work. So look, we keep losing the 200 SMA. If we can't get back above that, I do expect more downside. I see a shoulder, I see a head, I see a possible right shoulder forming, but I also see some bearishness. We also, you know, have resistance now at 34,850. If we can't get back above this level, expect more downside. So you could even see Bitcoin making a possible symmetrical triangle, ascending triangle here, something like this. If it gets tight in there, and then that could be a bear flag to the downside. I just want to give you all the possible scenarios. Very important you get back above 34,850 to remain bullish. If you do not, you could definitely see some more downside. You must flip the 200 SMA back as support. You cannot stand below it. Like here we did it, but we got back above it 5-6 hours later. Same thing must happen today. We must get back above the 200 SMA. We cannot stay low. How did we just lose 200 people? Did YouTube just snipe 200 people from my stream? Like 200 people didn't just leave the stream in a second, right? How did that happen? How do we go from, how? How is that possible? Yes, you can rewatch, you can re-listen. Oh my God, thanks for the short. Yeah, look, how did that just pop down like that? Wow. Anyway, yeah, but if you use Brave Browser, you'll never watch an ad again. So now I know all of you aren't using Brave Browser. You know what I mean? You got to use the Brave Browser. Like if you're not using Brave Browser with the shield on, you'll never watch an ad. Look, I go to everyone's show. I never watch an ad. I watch all YouTube stuff and there's no ad. So why are you not using Brave? If you're in crypto and you claim to be in cryptocurrency, why are you not watching Brave Browser? See, look, I clicked on this. That should have made an ad, but there's no ad. I don't get fed ads because I use the Brave Browser. Like, are you guys just not like paying attention? You know what I mean? Get yourself a Brave Browser today, man. You know what I mean? I have YouTube Premium, no ads, right? Yeah. I'll tell you what, YouTube services people that play ads more. So if I don't run at least 3 ads during the live, they don't give me a lot of love. I'm telling you that right now. So to grow my channel and to grow everyone, I got to give them a bone. So once in a while, I do got to run an ad on the show because otherwise they just pass me by, pass me by, pass me by. You get it? They're trying to make gains off me. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of in the middle. Do I grow my channel? Or do I always kind of battle the algorithm for the rest of my life like this, you know? And I did a pretty good job, but as you can see, a lot of people, why aren't you at 100 grand? Because I've never run ads. I don't play that game. That's why I didn't get to 100K. See, everyone wonders why you didn't get to, the guys that are 100K, they ran 3 ads during all their videos and they made pre-recorded videos. There's a way to do it. I didn't want to follow the status quo. I did it my own way. You know what I mean? But if you use the Brave Browser, then none of you would have been kicked out. I'm just ashamed. That was the most people I've ever seen. Let's see if we can get a bounce back to the upside. How many people just leave because of an ad? That's so strange. I'm about to give you key insight into the market. Like, why would you leave over an ad? Just click skip the ad and come back to the live. Anyway, I'm over it. I'm moving forward. May God bless me for having a bit of a day. You know, may God help me today in my struggles. Just punch YouTube in the face after the viewer dump. You guys are funny. No, I stayed. Shout out to the 784 people on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Just sad, man. I get excited when I see my community grow. Like, I do. I get as excited as when you see a trade get put on. When I see 900 people, I get the same rush when your trade wins. You know what I mean? Yo, Crypto Billy, if you're here, awesome, inspirational life story. I mean, his story was amazing last night. You know what I mean? Such a good movie, Tommy Boy. Exactly, Tommy Boy. I love you, brother. You got it. You got it. Anyway, let's keep it moving. So we're going to watch for this possible right shoulder. And I tell you what, Bitcoin has to get back above the 200 SMA and back above 34,850 to remain bullish. And again, another huge short area. If we lose 34,250, that's another key area that I'm going to be watching for a possible short. So am I long? Am I short right now? What am I thinking of doing? To be honest, let's take a look at the smaller time frames. We had some good bullish div here that played out, but So let's look at the 15. The 15-minute did get a bullish divergence here That gave us a nice bounce to the upside. That should be the capitulation for the day. We shouldn't go lower than that because that was the most amount of people they could liquidate. However, there's no guarantees. Let's look at what BOOKMAP says and how many more people are on the board. So still, the most liquidity is down here at 34,120. And it doesn't say it's guaranteed to go there. They squeezed a small short right there. But, I mean, at the end of the day, there's just look, there's some liquidity right here at 35,180. But there's a lot down here, too. So, BOOKMAP is telling us that it would rather go lower than higher. There's more volume down here. All right. Very simple DCA strategy. Buy on the red days, chill on the green days. Chris Farley, Tommy Boy, you nailed it. We love you too. You're literally the only thing I still watch on YouTube, but I still pay for premium. I was trying to understand what the Chinese guy was saying when I was talking to him during your ad. I didn't hear anything either one said. I don't understand. Shout out to Josiah Jellowick. God bless you, man. Rockfin, well worth the cost. What is Rockfin? What is Rockfin? The best way to monetize your content. Give creators an easy way to earn more money through a subscription service. Media companies earn 203 on Rockfin. Let your year-over-year wins begin. The Ray token, Rockfin. Interesting. I learned about something new today. Maybe you did too. Ray token. Powering Rockfin. 12,000 people. The best way for creators to monetize. Ray token overview. Interesting. I don't know about it. It could, we don't know anything about it yet, but we're going to find out and see what's going on. That's very, very interesting. Shout out to the 841 people back on the live. So YouTube, man, I run an ad and you guys destroy my viewers. It's so funny. 11177. Much respect to you, brother. When it really comes down to it, you handle business and nobody does it better. May Jah cover you. Appreciate you letting you do my thing within the family. Love is love, dude. You give so much, bro. Givers gain, man. You're gaining because you're giving. You know how many beautiful setups you've been hitting, bro? You know what it's like being back-to-back, searching through the markets? You know what I mean? I'm so appreciative of you, man. I just want you to know I love you like a brother, bruh. I'm so happy we got to have tacos that day and really meet face-to-face. That meant the world to me. Thank you for coming out that night. So we have a good enough divergence. Price action's okay. I see the shoulder head, kind of a right shoulder that could break out. It's messy, but I've seen it happen. I could be a head and shoulder dumpage. And we know that we must get back above this support at 34,850 to remain bullish. So the smaller time frame suggests that we may be able to get a bounce, kind of a double bottom here too as well. Oversold on the 15. The 1 hour doesn't look amazing. The 1 hour kind of is a little stressed out. Like it's like, The 1 hour is curving down here and may actually go further to the downside, right? So the 1 hour doesn't look amazing at the present moment in time. Doesn't mean it's going to dump for sure, but it's got a bearish cross on the stochastics RSI, and it's not looking hot. I'll tell you that right now. It's not looking hot at all. So resistance, come back down. There's your low, there's your high. You must keep this higher low for the day. I don't like what I'm seeing on the 1 hour, and right now we are below the 200 SMA. It's ugly status, right? And you kind of have an M pattern here that broke down last night. It's kind of rounded top. So only time will tell. But, there's a chance that we do go lower. What I like about this is I could possibly get into a long position here. All right? Stop loss below that wick. And I could be catching the bottom, and I don't have to risk a lot. Like, if I get stopped out, so be it. Not the biggest deal in the world. The reason why is this could end up being the way to enter the 4 hour long. So when I look at it closely, I want to see the 4 hour get this bounce back to the upside, right? That's what we're kind of going for. And there's my old falling wedge that breaks out and breaks back inside. You know how it breaks out of the wedge, comes back inside, still remains a wedge. And you could even take that out and just make it the wedge this way, right? You don't have to be as extrapolated. But so we're looking for this possible move further to the upside. And thank you, dear Lord. See, answer my prayer. When you pray to God, I'm in so much calm ease right now, I'm in such a calm ease state, And I realize I have nothing to fear but fear itself. But look at this. I mean, that could move on out. You're talking 35,948, right? Is your target of the falling wedge. And then you could somewhat get back inside the range, right? And you could say this is a broadening megaphone, a bullish megaphone that I call them. It's like an opening channel, you know. And you'd break back up to the top. Even you could always get all the way back up here to 36,400, just the bottom of the range, right? The moving averages are kind of curvy. You're below the 50. You'd want to get back above. So, you know, there's a chance that we could get reversal here. I got mixed signals because you know, my main way to trade would be short right now because you're below the 200 SMA. So my main way to trade is open up a short right now, stop loss on the other side of the 200, and just chill and let that thing come down on you, baby, and get paid. That happens. We showed you that happens most of the time, like the majority of the time. But look, we had it here. They ripped us right back above the 200. It's like they knew everyone did that. It's almost like, did the whole world watch me and do the same trade? Because if everyone opened up a long and put a stop loss right here, look, and they went and got the stops. So they knew. I mean, and bots do that, you know, and I'm probably not the only person with that idea because this happens regularly, the 200 SMA. So now you can tell that they're getting very, very sketchy. Also, with BlackRock on the move for Bitcoin and a lot of other institutions, I believe there's more of a supply shock coming too as well. So even if we do somewhat of a dip, I truly believe that you buy what I'm going to buy, any dip that I can, and there's likelihood that the dip's not going to be that amazing, you know, because everyone's going to want to get in on these dips, and usually when that happens, you don't get to the lower places of support or resistance because people front run the dip. Like a guy that's willing to hold for 5 to 10 years, he's going to front run the dip. He doesn't care. Like me, I'll front run the dip all day. I can wait a month to get my money back. I don't need to be perfect. I like to, but what I'll do is I'll front run the dip, and then I'll also buy the bigger dip. I'll do it all. Shout out to Tommy Orbs, and let's take a look at the super chats and people that jumped on in fan funding. We love you. Wow, a lot of fan funding. Bufflink, I learned more wisdom when you're late than when you don't show up at all. Can you do Tommy later? God bless you, Bufflink. Thank you. Love you, bro. This is my arrogant tax for being had a rough month. Hey, I love you, man. I can't believe you just did that. You know what? I do stupid stuff. I do things all the time that misrepresent myself. I'm so happy that you sent that, bro. I actually talked to you about my wife, man. That's how personal I am with each and every one of you, and I shouldn't. I shouldn't be so enthralled, right? No, but I should, though. I love my community. What I mean shouldn't is I don't want, if someone says something to me, I shouldn't take it so to heart, right? Because I don't want to be trolled. But, man, I did bring you up to my wife. I was like, man, this guy, I thought, and I said, I really think he's in the trader group. I was like, and I've seen him on my live so many times. She's like, who is? I was like, Joe Afeo. You know, I knew. And I always remember you because the EO and the A, you know, you can, the OE and the A, they just kind of, it's easy for me to remember. And she's like, well, maybe you had a bad day, you know. I love you, man. Thank you so much, bro. That means the world to me, bro. You have no idea. Like, I have a photographic memory and a pattern, and I remember everything, too. So, like, this sat on my mind, man, for ever since then, and I felt like I lost you as a connection, and I felt really weird about it. God bless you, brother. Matt Uting, can you please check LMWR for this old dude? All right. I didn't know what that was, right? I don't think I could find it. Or did we go over? I don't know. Lawnmower, it sounds like it is, right? Can you check orbs, please? We will. And please do analysis on Gronk. Thank you. I don't know which one, Dana. Oh, yeah, so that was a super chat that started that Twitter version of Chat GPT. Love you, brother. You're the best. Can you take a look at ETF, SPXL? Can you buy Gronk on... Oh, it's just OpenAI probably is what you would buy on the stock market, right? Render, please. ARK and SLP. I prefer ARK if you can only do one. Bryson, we love you. And then Stack McChange. Much respect to you, brother. Wow. $58 in chat revenue. 874 people on the live. If you told me that was going to be the way it was going to be 2-3 years ago, I'm so appreciative of this life. And thank you, dear Lord, for each and every one of you coming on in. So even though the 1 hour is a little I'll be honest, I like this as a long on the 4 hour time frame. So I'm thinking of opening up a long on the 4 hour. Okay. I do see the divergence, and I could get rocked, and it's very risky because of the 200 SMA. It is very risky. I'm indecision. I'll be honest. I have some indecision right now. So the smart thing for me to do is to not long the 4 hour till we get above this resistance. All right, let me remove my moving averages, because if someone just comes on in that, like, I don't want it to be too messy. And let's move my projection of the ascending triangle. Just make these for yourself, because I can't keep everything on the screen. My mind sees a lot. I try to give you everything my mind sees, but if someone just sees it out of nowhere, they'll be like, what is that? You know what I mean? Hey, we're back up to 900. People came back. We got the bounce, baby. The algorithm is loving it. You know why? Hit the like button. Can we get to 600 likes? If we get to 600 likes, I'll do something cool for the community. We get to 600 likes on this show. I'm going to do something cool. You got your Brave on iPhone doesn't allow you to earn BAT tokens, so most won't have Brave. Really? That's not cool. It's the iPhone, right? Hating on they want a piece. If they can't get a piece, they ain't letting it go down. You can't get a piece without us having a piece. So, and they realized that Brave had something like that, and they're like, nope. That's why I have to realize. But when you all say dumping, like this person must be 100x, it's worth selling long time hold and have to pay capital gains just to try to accumulate more Bitcoin for the dip. I personally don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't ever sell Bitcoin, and once I buy it, it never gets sold. Unless I'm like, this is a bag that I'm going to swing trade. But once I have the Bitcoin, I get so greedy about having it, I don't want to give it to anybody else. Like, I don't know, if you're like me, once you possess, like right now, if I were to buy 0.25 Bitcoin, it's almost, you know, I have a 0.5 Bitcoin that I'm going to be doing BTC pairs, but it's like really hard for me to grab my Bitcoin out of my hardware wallet. Like, I don't want my Bitcoins leaving my hardware wallet. They're there until my daughter takes them over, right? What people don't realize is you're never going to sell Bitcoin. I'm telling you, I'm a very, very good guy at teaching you what's going to happen into the future. I'm a futurist. That's how I got into Bitcoin early. I even talked about the pandemic before everybody else. I knew about it in January, the first week of January. I said there's a virus coming. I told everybody. No one believed me. They thought I was insane. And then it all came out, and people were like, wow, that guy they called me the Wuhan Whisperer straight up. It was insane. Anyway, and anyone that saw my channel before this saw that I was covering that stuff way back in the day. But anyway, so you're going to accumulate Bitcoin, right? Eventually, it's going to go up in value. Eventually, it's going to be such a mass asset that the whole world is going to realize it's solid, right? And eventually, it will, get to some place of stability where it's like never going below 100K again. And at that point, you're going to walk into a bank or a custody service, a blockchain custody service, and you're going to be able to put your Bitcoin into a smart contract. At that point, they're going to lend you stable coin on the Bitcoin. You're going to go to the real estate market. If you know what you're doing, you're going to buy real estate. That's going to appreciate in value, okay, over time. And then eventually, once you gain enough equity, you're going to go back and replace the stable coin and get the Bitcoin back out. And you'll never have to sell Bitcoin. You will be using it as collateral for the rest of your life because it's going to be the base asset. So you're never going to have to sell it, and you're going to be able to get funds out of it. Just Bitcoin is real estate. That's what people don't realize. You can gain. You're going to be able to pull equity out of Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now. Nobody's telling you this. I am. I can see the future before it even happens. I've been able to do it many times in my life. Okay? That's my really true gift, is I'm a futurist. That's why I struggled in regular society, because I could see things happening and no one believed me. And it happened many times in my life. My parents didn't really figure it out. My sisters loved me, but always thought there was something strange. And I always saw something that could happen into the future. That was kind of how I always looked at it, right? So you're never going to have to sell your Bitcoin. You're going to be using it as collateral. So I don't sell Bitcoin. And that was a long answer to a short question. But I want to make sure that you guys understand what I'm in this for and what I'm doing. I'm not your average just YouTuber trying to make a quick buck here. I'm a pioneer of cryptocurrency. Like, I'm someone that wants to see you change your life with crypto the way I did. I want to see you get to a great place, a heightened place of financial freedom. I want you to be able to do what you want with your life. I want you to go after whatever makes you tick and makes you happy. And I want you to change the world. And I believe we can achieve that if I stay disciplined. I show up every day. I keep my connection to God, and I keep my connection to my family whole. And through that, we can all benefit from my discipline, right? And I can benefit from your discipline. And together, we can build discipline systems where we all know how to stay disciplined together. And that's also the key. And that's why I love the training group. Like, when you fall off, there's someone in there saying, hey, man, get a good night's sleep. Don't and you're like, yeah, I was tired that night. I was over trading. Like, the training group can put things in perspective for you, can really give you, a backbone and help you. Shout out to the 905 people on the live, 488 likes. Let's get the likes up to 600. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't worry, if you hit the like button, it's okay. Oh, wow, we will then. And I'm also backed up at other places, but wow, I'll back it up on Rockman. I will do that. Thank you. Can I join the trading group if I'm forced to use Coinbase? Of course you could join the trading group. We'll give many setups on the top 500 coins all the time. Now, definitely. No reason. And there's a lot of coins that I put out that are also on Coinbase. All right. 100% trading group changed my life. Master friend, I love you, man, with all my heart, man. Hearing you last night on the spaces was amazing, bro. In my opinion, Bitcoin is going to go back to the all currency, but they're going to have to shake people out. Yes, digital low maintenance real estate, the world is going to, you don't understand. Real estate it goes up in value because there's not much of it. Bitcoin is real estate. There's only 21 million coins. Like, most people don't realize that Bitcoin is a real estate play. A lot of people don't realize that. You know, people that are in real estate don't buy Bitcoin, and I'm like, but you don't. It's a real estate play. You're buying some of the only scarce land of this digital currency. Like, it's out there, and you're buying pieces of the land. If you look at Bitcoin like that, I mean, boom. So you just keep compounding gains and taking it one step at a time. For me, I really don't want to open up a long until the 1 hour can get back above the 200 SMA. We close a candle back above there, but it's very risky right now to open up a long. Very risky. All right. 15-minute has subsided, but look, it's making a right shoulder, is it not? If that makes a right shoulder, you're going to dump to the downside, the length of the head to the neckline, and continue down. Okay? So right now, I'm waiting for, I really want to see, I'd like to see us SR flip this area. I'd like to see this kind of cup and handle play out to the 200 SMA there. I'd like to see us get above this level, bounce, and I would take a long on the 4-hour time frame. All right? That's what I'm looking for. If we get that, that's my idea. If we don't get it, I'd either short or bearish retest or, look for the 1 hour to dump on us. So it's the truth is in the pudding here. The 1 hour is below the 200 SMA. We must get back above the 200 SMA to remain bullish. I will say it every single day. And that's why when everyone says we're going to 35K, we're in a bear flag on the weekly, I look at them, I'm like, I'll be the first guy to tell you we're bearish because I'll be the first guy to find the 1 hour and the 200 SMA. And I'll be on it. And if we go below it, then I'll look for the 4 hour to lose the 200 SMA. And I'll be on it. And then if we go lower, I'll look for the 8 hour to lose the 200 SMA. And at that point, I'll be like, guys, like, we could see, 21,000 again, right? Because that's all the way down to 28K. So, like, if you have faith in my strategies, if you have faith in technical analysis, not in me even, because I just use TA, then you will know. And you come to this channel every day, you will know if you need to short, if you need a long. I will keep you so involved in the price action, you will have nothing to worry about. You'll be so educated, you'll have no fear. Education beats through fear. Once you understand things, you get it, right? So I'm looking at the 15-minute could dump on us, right? So you want to see the 15-minute get above this resistance. That would negate their head and shoulder pattern, right? That would kind of start getting us on a clearer path. Now, of course, a risk, if you're high risk adverse, you could jump in right now. And technically, I'll tell you right, there's a bit of that right shoulder, that left shoulder head and right shoulder behavior to the upside. The 1 hour could flip back up bullish out of nowhere, and we could see ourselves getting to the upside. So I can defy the 15-minute right now, open up the long regardless, or I can wait for an indication on the smaller time frames. I kind of like this, though. I kind of like the 7-minute. It looks pretty bullish, too. But remember, major, a heavy resistance at 34,850. We got to get above that level. 847 out, and even the wick there at 880. But I'm calling it 34,850. We got to get back above that level to the upside. What, baby? Okay, baby. You going to a lunch with mommy? All right, just be careful. I always worry, man. So there's a falling wedge that could break to the upside here on the 7-minute. And you're getting, look, the inverted head and shoulder tried to break out. Look, shoulder, head, shoulder, but it was a reversal pattern. To me, it's just, you got to get above this resistance. Make that possible right shoulder. And this high, got to wait for the 50 EMA to get crossed from the green candle. Yeah. Looks like a MACD is turning on the 15-minute. How much credence do you give the MACD in these short time frames? The MACD, you don't get it. The MACD does what the price does. If the price dumps, the MACD will just turn and dump. It's really just like you got this pump and the MACD then turns, It does have a lack of bearish momentum, though. Because the hill is small, it tells me we can get a bounce. Just we got to be really careful of this right shoulder. We'll come up, we'll get rejected, we'll make a right shoulder. And then you'll have a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Break above here. We get above the 200 SMA on the 7. I'll take the long on the 4. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to long the 4 hour if we get above the 200 SMA on the 7. And I'm not going to short today. I don't know why, man. I've been all over the place recently, back and forth, and I want to just kind of just do one idea and take it easy. I also have a busy day today. A lot on my mind. And I was talking about that this morning. If you have a busy day and a lot on your mind, I don't suggest that you force yourself to trade. You know, you do not have to trade every day. And I know we have setups sometimes that tell you to take it, but you do not have to trade every day, you know, and give yourself some time off every once in a while. Rest the brain. You know, it's so important that you give your brain some time. You only have so much mental capital to go through all the ins and outs and all the trading, and you will exhaust yourself. And at one point, once your brain isn't perfectly on point, the emotions will take over and they'll start to rip through your trading, you know? So it's super important. I was going to say this morning. Tuesday is the new Monday. Tuesday has been treacherous. Like, this has been false move Monday. They didn't give us Monday. They gave us Monday today. You know, Tuesday was Monday. It was really strange, but that's kind of what happened. All right? That's definitely what happened. So, 34,743. And a bit of a cup in handy. Nuber is low, so I just want to see this not make a right shoulder and dump. And I'm cautious right now because the 1 hour is below the 200 SMA. Like, we got to get back above that. Some buy pressure, I get it. Is there any inefficiencies on a bigger time frame? That could help us out. And doing a little bit of ICT here. I want to see, there's an, no. Nothing really above us that screams to me, close me up, you know? And look at that double top too. Like, you made some resistance. No inefficiencies really that I can find. That touches that, you know? That is that. No inefficiencies above us that tell me, hey, we're going to fill. You know, this one, look how nice this one was. That was a nice inefficiency. We came into it. See, let's go back in the past to teach you a little bit of ICT for a split second. And I'm not an ICT master. I just got an ICT master who's my best friend. And whenever I ask him some stuff, he'll tell me everything I want to know, and he'll spend hours with me. So I have exclusive access to ICT data and someone that's been doing it for literally years and years and years. So I'm getting hooked up, all right? And he can hook you up too. His name's Master Friend if you want to learn and incorporate other ideas inside of what he does. Jump on into Leverage Mastery, 2-hour video class, become a Leverage Master. 99 members gain access to the Leverage Master Discord section. 33 weekly Zoom mentoring sessions. It is an extra $300, but it enhances what you're doing and teaches you a lot. So if you want to take it to the next level, you're already making some gains, and you want to add to your repertoire, I think that's an amazing way to do it. So jump on in today if you really want. Link in the description and the QR code to Leverage Mastery with Master Friend. So look at this. We have an inefficiency here. And so as you see this play out, you're going to know that price action is going to want to come to this box. And it's going to want to fill the box likely. So even when you were down here, you still had a chance to fill the box. You almost got there, but you can see how the box, we didn't really fully get in. And so you're waiting. You're like, we're going to fill this inefficiency. And there you go. We filled it right there. Bang, right? It's a cool way to trade based on candle bodies and understanding how price action works. You will come back to fill the inefficiency. I'm telling you right now. And it doesn't happen every single time, but it happens like 90% of the time. So it's a very, it's a great way to look at it. When you have ORDI in the 99 as well, we have you ORDI in the 99 as well. Join today. I know. Why is ORDI flying? We gave you ORDI in the trading group. All right. Because ORDI's flying because Bitcoin's back in action. And when people believe Bitcoin's going to start moving again, they start buying ordinals. Okay. Ordinals are Bitcoin inscriptions. They're basically NFTs on the Bitcoin network. Okay. They could be coins, ideas, all sorts of cool things. So now they've slowed down price action. And again, I'm waiting on my confirmations. I don't want to see this make a right. If this makes a right shoulder and it makes a clean right shoulder, I probably will short it. You know what I mean? But I'd like us to get back above this resistance and then be able to kind of long the 4-hour time frame. Until then, I'm not buying it. All right. So there's not much more I could tell you for Bitcoin. I'm watching price action get back above the 1-hour time frame, and I'm watching to see if the 15-minute, we get above the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, and I'm watching this 15-minute right candle. I want to see this right shoulder. I want to see this break out to the upside here and not make a right shoulder. All right. Stack is another one that seems to move. Stack, yeah, exactly. Well, it's a Bitcoin coin, man. You guys are funny. Like, Stacks is going to move with Bitcoin dominance. Anytime Bitcoin dominance goes up, you're going to get ORDI and Stack going up. These are basic concepts because they are based off of the Bitcoin ecosystem. Okay, when you see things based off the the Bitcoin ecosystem, they're going to go up in value. That's just what happens. Look, I was going to look at that. ORDI. So let's take a look at ORDI from Stack Exchange in the trading group. What did Stack do this time? What did you do this time, Stack? Stack McChange all day long. And it was on KuCoin. It was also on Mexi Perpetual. But look at that thing just absolutely ripping to the upside. And again, I bet you the 21-day, you're going to see a white line here. Okay. You got above a high volume node. Okay. You had low stochastics and the MACD was turning. You got above the medium line. I also put the RSI in falling wedges. The RSI itself was in a falling wedge. All was there. Watch, when I've turned this line on, right, you're going to see right there, you're going to see a white line. That's going to be my 21. I know when price action hits it, it's gone. There it is. It came to it, came up, but then right there, it scooped it, and it was gone. A little funnier than you'd want, but still got the move. Now, that is the perpetual. Let me take a look at the non-perpetual. A lot of times it looks a little cleaner. I see it here on KuCoin. It's also on Binance, BitGet, CoinEx. It's all around the world. All right. Let's take a look here on Binance for ORDI. Same idea. Thing absolutely just ripped to the upside. Unbelievable. And ORDI has just been piling. I mean, $6, and now it's already $12. So it doubled up literally since 7 this morning. It's up 100% gains. Let's talk about what Stack gave you in the trading group and break it down. Bitcoin Ordinals Protocol token ORDI rockets 50% on Binance listing. Binance warned users to expect high volatility around ORDI token prices and gave it a risk classification of higher than normal. And it doubled up. ORDI is a relatively new token. Dude, we knew about ORDI. We've been trading ORDI for a long time. Funny, you're going to see people freak out about new tokens that we've known for a year. That's how deep we are. We're in the underground of crypto. When you come to this channel, you're in the underground of crypto. You're going to hear about things first that nobody knows about on this channel. I'm telling you right now, we knew Naka before everyone, Gala before everyone, Blocktopia before everyone. Then I watched some of the bigger channels, like I was in Cake, and then one of, unmentioned big channel was like, oh, Cake is your next thing. We were in Cake since it was 44 cents. Like, we are the underground heroes here when it comes to the alts, and we find coins that nobody ever knows about. Yeah. So, yeah, but yeah, boom, boom, boom. So look at ORDI right there at 13.12, all right? Bang and bang. And then you got yourself boom, and then the moving averages don't work on this one for whatever reason. I guess it's so new. I've never seen that happen. Oh, there it is. They just don't have enough information. So look, I'm all about the 21-day moving average. If I see a flag and it touches the 21, you're gone. Low stochastic. So, like, just what we go on, man. Wow. And actually at 13 now, so you would have to go to a small time frame, 5 second, the 1 second chart, That's likely to pump. What, the 13.16? Look at this thing. Look at the 1 second. This is crazy. Look at that. And that's how you trade. I mean, the 1 second will trade just like the 1 hour, just like the weekly. Low stochastic, touching the 21, you're likely gonna hit the target. Look at that, bang. And on the 1 second chart, I had the time to even get in. That's a 4% trade right there. I mean, in literally 20 seconds, only in cryptocurrency can price action be this amazing. You know what I mean? Then you make another flag, and you got another length of your pole to the upside. You get your next target, right? And this thing is just crawling. Look, you just saw it go from 12 to 14. What Sam said about Bitcoin is true, but there's more. What Bitcoin holders will be like equivalent of being a duke and a lord. Families, individuals that have them will be treated like royalty. OMAC, man. It's crazy. OMAC, man, I love you, brother. Now, look, you're getting kind of a head and shoulder pattern. But, look, you got low stochastics again. When the stochastics are low, you're gonna pump. They're such a great indicator. Look at this thing. Now you're going to 14. I don't know. Did anyone jump in on this insanity? I can't do the TA for you and go and open up the trade. It's like almost impossible, right? But if the Stokes keep getting low and we keep touching the 21, this thing will continue to moon until eventually we get a strong bearish divvy. That's too strong to handle. Right there, the bearish divergence is starting. Look, up, 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 up. Now we have a bearish divergence. This swings there while that swings down. That's when you should start to dump. Look, it dumped on the bearish divvy immediately. And that, look at high risk, man. Now some whales selling on these people. Then once you lose the 21, you curve. Watch, this is what I'm watching for Bitcoin right now. Then you lose the 200 SMA and then you usually drop. Then you start making bear flags. Now you know the next move is actually pretty big. You take your first length of your pole. But do you make a double bottom? Do you make an inverted? So now you're looking for a reversal pattern. This will teach you how to trade any other time frame in the world. You could trade any time frame with this. You get it? But look, there's your bear flag. And honestly, I'm always crazed by this, but it tells me that you should go the whole length of this pole. And I'll find these big, and I'm always like, I don't believe that. But look, now you got another bear flag, right? This is how price action breaks down. And then it's just like the other way when you were trading long, you touch the 21, low still, but it's the opposite. But now look, you're looking for a reversal pattern, and I find it. I see the shoulder ahead. I see a shoulder ahead and a right shoulder. Can you break up? Now you set support or resistance lines. If you can't break back above that resistance, now you make an ascending triangle, what's called an ascending triangle. It's a 50-50 pattern. If the Stokes are low, it'll break out. If the Stokes are high, it'll break down. Look for where the moving averages are. Because you're below the 200 SMA and you're getting tight, this is likely going to dump. All right? So look, this should, actually, you know what? There's our money printer where we should pump back up to the 200 SMA, but we'd have to get above the support or resistance first. Now you're elongatingly making a bear flag. You can stretch this out over time. This is just like trading a bigger time frame. All right? And this is an ARCA package. But the Stokes were low. Now you're like, so now people aren't sure. You're not getting heavy sell pressure. Whatever big whale sold is gone, right? So now it's just retail kind of like sitting there like, what the heck just happened to us? However, that's making a bear flag that's likely going to continue down now. I mean, when you rip that fast, you could dump that fast. And then you could even look at it here like a shoulder ahead and a possible right shoulder that does want to dump lower. Anyway, that was just a quick little experiment. I didn't know I was going to do that today. Had a lot of fun with you guys. I hope you liked that. Space on MEXC, Bitcoin L3, isomorphic to any BRC20. Let's take a look at space. Microvision. Chain, is that it? Yeah. And look, Bitcoin getting beat to the ground here. Making that, look, there's the head and shoulder right there. There's a 68% chance that that's going to dump on you. We were waiting on that right shoulder this whole time. And your measured move is going to take you lower down to 34.4. And I'm telling you, you're below the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame. We must get back above that or we're going to see downside. It's just how it is. And look at now the Stokes are curving down. But it's funny, this is a day where they make it look real bearish for a second, then they flip it, It's been an annoying day to trade. It feels like false move Monday. I'd be very careful trading today. There's a lot of chop, a lot of upside down price action, a lot of insanity. But that is a head and shoulder pattern. 68% of the time, a short's going to play out here. If we enter right there, we put our stop loss on the top of the shoulder, and we go to the target. This short should play out. Basically, 70% of the time, this is going to dump on you. All right. Last Tuesday was the same. Sammy Cup and Henny, low volume, it won't break down. I see what you're saying, but falling volume, yeah, I see what you're saying. Falling volume with falling price suggests a reversal. Suggests you're going to make what, like a falling wedge here and then break on out of the wedge. Only time will tell. Sammy Cup and Handy, all love, brother. One love to all the lifers. Thank you. Can you show us Ethereum? Ethereum? I don't know. Can I? I'm kind of stuck on BTC right now. Look, 666s. 34,666. TRAC is a very interesting BRC20. Thank you for giving us that. TRAC. It must be this one here because I know Origin Trail. Is this, who knows, market cap currently lower than 2 million mines. Yeah, this is it right here. BRC 27.6 cents. Thank you for giving us TRC. I'm going to look into it and write it down. Let's look at their website. What is it? We are building the metaverse. In the meantime, our projects look ordinal and TRAC verse on Uniswap. Looks ordinal. Inscribe self-custodial bulk inscriptions. Cool. I mean, I don't play that there's volume, it doesn't go down. The shapes bring the volume. So bots will see this and then bots will react to the price action. And then you'll see volume to the downside, in my humble opinion. Again, like being a futurist, the charts will teach you kind of what's going to happen before it happens. You want to see it beforehand. What also makes sense is, look, I mean, this is pattern trading 101. You hit the top, you come back to the bottom of the pattern. That would put you at 34,491, 34,500. Remember, we don't want to lose 34,500. That's that daily support of resistance. We lose that, then I'm even more bearish. All right. Tectum Layer 1 project is interesting. Interesting. TRAC has the hardest working dev. I like to hear that. I like to hear that. Look, that's already in the money now, slightly. Okay? And that's likely going to dump on you. Like, that's just what these patterns do. Highly likely that's going to make a move to the downside. Everyone, jump on it today. If you want to learn how to trade, if you saw me just use the 1 second chart, I did that on TradingView. All right? And I like to make most of my trades and my DCAs on MEXC because I don't want to pay any fees. So I get in and out of whatever I want on MEXC. I don't have to pay any fees, and it works out very, very nicely, okay? Join the trading group today if you want. I'm going to pin these messages here. If you're looking at them, 796 people on the live. God bless each and every one of you. Go to CryptoLifer.com if you want to join my trading group and understand the stuff that I do. I do not trade meme coins. I want to make that really clear. I literally just got confused. I didn't know what was going on. And once I figured it out, it was a little too late. And then I realized I was kind of into risk. And so I decided to jump on out. I accidentally made money. I didn't even realize it. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a chance we do get a bounce. You know what I mean? From the lower low. And if we defy this head and shoulder pattern, it's a good chance we go up. I love to see a bearish pattern get negated. I want a long. You know that. Like, I personally want to get into a long on the 4-hour time frame. I'm seeing a reversal back to the upside. I just want to perfect the entry because it's a sketchy day where you could easily get stopped out and miss the ride back to the upside if we don't manage our entries. I like to wait to get back above 34,850, really. Even though there's some good substantial price action there, I'm willing to miss that in order to be safer on the entry. All right. Crow's new competitive game mode is addictive. Yes, it is. Yeah. Super chats, Tomy, Orbs, SPXL, Render, Arc, SLP, and Phantom, and Space on MEXC. And at that point, I'm going to almost have to call the super chats. I guess more could come in, but I don't know if I'll be able to do any more in 7 to 8 minutes time, right? And I apologize. I wish I could have given us an amazing live trade for Bitcoin today, but it just, price action wasn't sitting in where I wanted it to sit, or, I wasn't seeing anything that called for me. What can I pay for 99? You can. Why can't I pay for 99 with crypto? You can, but you have to pay for 3 months. The reason is every time someone pays for 1 month, we have to go find you, kick you out of the group. It's a lot of work for my wife. And I only want her to do that, and think about the people that overlap. So she's always trying to find someone. It's annoying for us. So if you do pay in cryptocurrency, we ask that you pay for 3 months and take it seriously. You know what I mean? And it's $2.7. We give you a deal. So if you pay in cryptocurrency, we knock off 10%. But we do ask that you pay for 3 months because it's cumbersome for my staff and team. That's all. That's all. And as a CEO, they asked me, they said, hey, it's a lot of our work. Could we move to 3 months? You said you have a big team. Seriously, no month trial? No, you can get in 1 month. I mean, of course you can. People beg us that we do it. But if every single person paid for 1 month, honestly, there's no reason for 1 month trial. No, actually, I've actually talked about this. There's no reason for a 1 month trial. I give live trades every day here on the channel. Like, I make people, you can learn how to make money trading with me on the live channel. And then once you make the money, you join the group. See, everyone else goes, hey, come give us money, right? my business model is completely different than everybody else's in the world. Everyone else is, hey, here's our stuff. Come get it and pay for it. We're going to give you just some commercials. I give you everything that I give you. Like, I'm right here every day. If you don't think that joining the trading group isn't going to benefit you, then I've already given you everything here on the live. So people have made enough out here, man. I do not need to give a free trial or a 99. Like, I don't need to give it 1 month. You can see it right here, man. The YouTube channel is the trial. Like, come every day and see what happens, man. Pay for the service. If you don't like it, then keep it moving. Shout out to Psychology BN. I have learned from your stream, Sammy. No joke. If you're not willing to pay for the first month, I think you're not ready for the journey. Amen. Facts. Yeah, so that's all. And some people are like, wow, you're rude. That's not. I'm sorry, man. I'm a to-the-point guy, and, I'm not going to change that for everybody else, and I'm not going to cookie code it. It is what it is. All right? And honestly, I'm going to help you make yourself better. Like, my dad made me better, but I didn't always like what he said to me, and sometimes I thought he was insulting me. But you know what? Now that I'm older and I look back, he was the best damn thing that ever happened to me. And may God bless him. So you don't always understand why your mentor is saying something to you the way they're saying it, but there may be a reason, right? And it's called tough love for a reason, right? If I didn't care, then it would be whatever's, right? I can never turn that off. I always want to see other people around me do great. I always want to see other people around me do amazing. I like this coin right now where it's sitting. There's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low. Space Vision Chain, right? Is this the one that you're talking about here? And possible some gains. So what I do is I put an alert here. I wait for price action to hit that alert. When it does, I reassess, look for a divergence, a key area, or a flag, and then I may take this trade. I like this coin right now. It looks interesting to me, and I'll do a little bit of my own research. So I set the alert. Now it's on my mind, and now what's cool about it is if when I go to my alert section, all the coins that I've been researching and looking at, which you want to see? Sorry. All those coins, all right, all ready to go. Beautiful, all of them have high probabilities. I run through 500 coins a day, and I just look and look. Man, I miss my pops. Yes, I do too, man. Shout out to you, my friend, from Scar Sizzle. So far, Bitcoin did get a bit of a bounce here. Let's talk about it. So far, it is slightly defying. Usually, a head and shoulder pattern on a smaller time frame like that would have already dumped by now. They are really toying with the price action today. Like, they don't want to reveal what they're going to do. They, once they're about to do something, they sit. Now they're just, pausing. Look, they've paused price for the last, 10 or 20 minutes. They've literally put the price on, the price action on pause for almost 50 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 80 minutes now. Bitcoin has just ranged from 34,675 to, pretty weird. Let's turn around here an hour change. We will have a Black Friday event. Yep. Could we be Wyckoff distribution schematic? See, you're above me on that. I don't know everything, So we're waiting for this to bounce back up. Smaller time frames. The 4-hour looks like it could be getting oversold. Bit of a cup and a handle here. Tight moving averages with the 200 getting involved. That tells me there could be a move. The daily has momentum. I like what I'm seeing for this coin here, where it's at. And I got an alert on it. I'm going to be watching Space. Not to be confused with ID, which I think is like Space ID, right? And again, when I say set alerts in the trading group, by no means am I like, I like this or I'm going to buy it. I'm beginning to observe. I'm beginning to see if there's possibilities there. That's what it's all about. And I will go an extra 10 minutes because we got to, because I was super late today. So Space ID, all right. And whenever I set alerts, I tell you guys, because whenever I do something, I know I'm high probability, so I want to let you know about it, Okay. Wow, hello just keeps pushing. And I sold my hello at 12 something, and so I really needed to come back so I can build the bag, Yesterday I talked about it continuing to the upside, and why didn't I take the swing trade? Well, I was But look, it did have a bearish div here. Is this a sharp swing up? This is kind of flat and swing down. We're getting a lower low there for the first time. Could this now start to drop down? Yes, please. So let's delete everything. Hello token is a coin I got in really down in here, and this thing ran up. I was up huge, and it was euphoric, and I just felt like if I didn't take profits, I was an idiot, and then it continued to rip, right? But that's okay. I took profits, you know what I mean? I paid myself. Like, that's so super important, like, specifically. And look at now. I mean, you got some wicks. The daily's very oversold. At this point, I would pull a Fibonacci, and I would not get back in until it heads to the golden pocket or the 786. These two areas here, this whole area would be my next DCA zone. Somewhere between 9.8 and 8.5. And again, it may not do that. It may actually make a lateral sideways price. If it does that, then I'll have no choice to take the bull pennant. Either way, it's likely going to continue. This thing is on fire. And it's a TV show about cryptocurrency, so it's going to get more and more play all the time. Sam, can you check WTK? Let's go, lifers. Shout out to Stas in the house. We love you. WTK. Let's take a look at WAD's pay on Bitrue. You're trading this somewhere else that I don't know about, or yeah, what exchange are you trading this on? I'd like to know. Bitrue? Are you trading on Bitrue? I mean, the daily's oversold. Looks nice to me, so that tells me it could get a bit of a pump. Some hidden bullish divergence in a way. As that swings down, that swings up, it could get a continuation. A little overbought on the 2-day, though. Tells you to be wary. 4-hour coming down, and I see a shoulder head and a shoulder pattern. Moving averages tell me we could dump, but, you know, it's got indecision. I can see how you might be like, Taking way too long for that 1 hour to load. Now, the 1 hour looks interesting to me. I'd put an alert here if it could continue. The smart man would wait for the retest of the upper trend because we have some indecision, right? So wait for this to break out, either retest this trend line or retest this trend line. These would be both key entries if the Stokes also get low at that point in time. Bang, right? Aggressive entry is now, and you may get the pump to the upside all the way up to 677, but the aggressive entry is now, the 2-day in some of the big time frames, right? Sammy, thanks for the JOYSTREAM call, sir. Anytime, my friend. Anytime. JOYSTREAM to the upside. Bang, bang, bang. And look at JOYSTREAM doing damage out of the falling wedge, right? And here it is right here. Stop loss, entry, everything ready to go. Okay? When I post things, I post everything that I'm looking at. I get my entry, my stop loss, and my target. My Bitcoin target. 18% at the total was 29. 18% is beautiful. 20 to 30% on a day is absolutely amazing. If I wake up to 18%, I'm so super happy. Also, I mean, traditionally, you had a shoulder head and a right shoulder. I mean, it told you it was going to break out. Like, that's so beautiful. You know, you can't beat that. Everyone always says, I enter the wedge, but when to know to enter the wedge? Enter the wedge when you find the reversal pattern in the wedge. I appreciate you, man, learning every day. Tony, I love you, man. Yeah. I mean, to me, this head and shoulder should dump to the downside. That's just it's an obvious head and shoulder pattern. Like if it didn't dump, then TA doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like, this is supposed to dump on you. That's just the facts. And now we go further. But again, today's been a funny day. But that should come all the way down to about 34,460. All right. And I'm not in a long anymore on my futures account. I closed all my longs on futures accounts. You know, when I saw that we lost the 200 SMA on the 1 hour, for me, short city, put a stop loss on the other side. Now, I already see the problem was when I saw this, I got in here this morning, stop loss here, we rode down. We started reverse, I cut the trade off. I would have been stopped out. Then they did it again. It's like they did it twice in a row. It's so strange, man. They knew the bots knew. So now stop loss here. The second that candle closed below the 200 SMA, the short gets open, down, right? And look at the 1 hour pushing down on you on the stochastics RSI. What that's going to do, and that's why I didn't enter there's no reason to enter the 4 hour, even though the 4 hour may look good. The smaller time frames will predict how I can get in and out of the trade. And sometimes I might just say, hey, I'm not taking any trade at all. I'm just not doing it, you know? A great way to stay in touch with your lifer community, ePearl. Yeah, jump into this Key Insight newsletter. I'd really appreciate it. Enter your email address, and if you just go to the website and you scroll down for a second and you click on some part of the website, I believe it used to happen. Maybe it's a cookie, but it used to come up in, maybe we have to re-add that one more time. All right. We will be doing a special if you want to wait. We will be doing a special for Cyber Monday, Black Friday, all that fun stuff.